the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 on the first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Running the jet sweep, Landry. They find some open field here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's back-to-back plays for over 20 yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Second and 4. And caught by London. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Back to throw. And the Falcons are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
In recent years, we've seen a lot of love for North Dakota State in the NFL draft. And Trey Lance, he's a great example of what the Bison are sending to the league each and every year. If this guy looks like a franchise quarterback, he wants his opportunity to prove it to the rest of the league.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. DJ Reader, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Throwing now is Lance. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing passer. I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week one is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is this depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Lance. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Still in the first quarter. And now before the ball changes hands, we're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Koo now for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Back of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get a pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Bench ready for their second drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First down, here's Mitchell. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And bring us to a 3rd. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to again amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
The Falcons send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And Lance now to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
On 2nd and 10, Lance and Kittle catching the slant. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st down, Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Lance. Screen play, setting it up for Mitchell. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. And Lance going to throw. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He came through the last pass breakup there. Fortunately, he was on the spot. He's only got a minute to prevent the first down.
An incomplete pass on that last play. That means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Lance to throw it. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons force the turnover. They'll take over 3rd and 27. Well, I saw the pressure coming in. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
2nd and 11. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Amber Thomas. potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
Well, Lance throws the interception, his third. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just past the 35. I'm not sure that the wheels are coming completely off, but they're shaking with a bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
Now think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Well, right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw now on first down. And it's complete right back to Ridley. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Back to throw again. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flushed it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Cooley knocks this one through the post. And that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception tries, and now they have 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So, a look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Trey Lance and the 49ers set to go back on offense here. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
He's to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Lance. Over the middle, and he's got Gray. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On second down, here's Mitchell. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now a play fake. Lance. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 44-yard line. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. No gain on the play there, second down. Well, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On second down, here's Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Lance now on first down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. To throw, it's Lance. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a third and long. Throwing now is Lance. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And they'll go for it. Lance. And my goodness, another interception. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Falcons are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, I think everyone who's watching is certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, aren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today.
47 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They run over center with Mitchell. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Well, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Another run with Mitchell. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back now here on EA Sports. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. And now they'll throw with Lance. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, 23 yards for the touchdown.
I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him at the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Point after, right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
This taken in at the goal line. Atlanta regains possession of the football.
Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Steps away. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
That his first catch so far. They first down there. They'll look to throw again.
A quick throw.
Throw right side, caught by Ridley. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
53 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They'll roll him out right. And this one is incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in position to dictate to the offense.
And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. They'll drop to throw.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete.
Touchdown, Falcons!
Kyle Pitts.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Falcons are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. That'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The 49ers settling in for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Lance looking to throw it. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Working from the gun, Lance.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes.
Grady Jarrett in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Desperation time here. Lance.
And he will find his man, Samuel. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock.
Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year.